Alright guys, I am here to show you how we laid out our NV200 van shelving. This van, it came with actually a bunch of shelving in it, but we found it to be pretty useless and not really take advantage of the best features of the van. So, and I haven't really seen it anywhere else, so I'm just putting it out there. Hopefully somebody finds this useful. So the shelves we had actually sat like right here, so they came straight up to the ceiling there, and then there was another row here, so that first off it left you with very little storage space for larger items, and also if you needed to get to any of your little stuff, you actually had to crawl in to the van to get to any of it, which in such a small van like this, and I'm 6'4", that seemed like kind of a pain in the butt. Particular since we often have large boxes of stuff that we need to bring to customers' houses where we do communications and data, and we'll have like, big boxes of computers or phones or whatever it is. We don't carry a whole ton of long stuff. You can see I have a couple things, my fish rods there for fishing wires through wall, and some conduit here stuck that can fit down beside there. But if I ever had a longer ladder that I needed, I would just put that up on the roof rack and that would be good. We really love this van. It's super easy for the city, it's cheap to maintain, and it's easy to park. But without what I'm going to show you next, it really isn't as good as it could be. So what I did for all our little stuff is I put this partition in. This is just a sheet of 4x8 plywood ripped, a crosscut just to a height, and it actually fits perfectly in here because this van is made to just fit a piece of 4x8 plywood between the wheel wells. So just a one 4x8 sheet with a couple 2x4s on each side to just add some rigidity. And then if you look down here, I cut one across just to keep it so if it'd be, because the drawers don't like it if it's an uneven width, so I put this in here to hold it steady, and I actually bolted it. We have this divider here that came with the original shelving that I kept, and it's in two pieces, so I was able to remove the bolts. Can't see them very well because it's dark, but I actually just removed the bolts that hold the two pieces together and then drilled out the plywood to match the hole. So this is actually just bolted up through. There's no weight on this shelf, so there's no risk of anything, it's not going to get pulled, the bolts aren't going to get pulled out or anything. It's just really holding lateral, and it also keeps this stuff, all this big stuff down here, from interfering with the drawers above it, because this is often pretty packed with more stuff. So I left this lower area open for really heavy tools. Like, I actually don't have it, most of my really heavy tools in here right now. I guess you can see there's the corner of my hammer drill there. But normally I'd have a couple more bigger toolboxes in here, but I'm just using them for something else right now. But the beautiful thing about this is that these guys slide open and I can get to all this stuff. So it gives me a really not only a lot of storage space, but a lot of really useful storage space that I don't have to get into the van to use. And a lot of guys have like a lot of little bins. I tend to not really like that. It's just easier for me to be able to throw something into a big area and find it. And I can, I have like some boxes that, I just keep stuff in the boxes that came in to keep things sorted in that way for stuff we use a lot of. One of the cool features of the van is that since it has sliding doors on both sides, we can do this on both sides. We have this huge amount of storage for the little types of connectors. And here I keep some extra phones, wall mount brackets. I'm sure what that thing is. I got my hard hat. I'm working on bigger construction sites. My fiber tools, coax tools, a bunch of patch cords, and then more storage for heavier stuff down here again. And here's the other end of those long things that I kind of stick through. Anyway. Yeah, one more thing to note. These drawer slides I use, someone's going to be like, oh, what's with the bolt locks? You probably could have got RV stop slides from Nathan Vote. Well, I did get RV stop slides from Nathan Vote. They just don't provide nearly enough resistance to stop the drawers, as you can see. These are perfectly well-aligned drawers. These slides are rated at 100 pounds, and they don't have nearly 100 pounds worth of stuff in it, maybe 40. And you can see they open very easily. So anytime if you're going around a corner or anything, they open. So I don't know, maybe somebody else makes an RV slide that works either Napen boats don't or somebody sent me the wrong slides. I'm not sure which, but the bolt locks are easy enough to deal with. They're just, you know, if you forget to open them, it doesn't matter. The way these are set up, they don't hit the doors anyway. So yeah, and it ends up being, it's a 24-inch wide drawer. Just doesn't hit that. As long as you have the door open all the way. You can see I actually nicked it a little bit there once, but it seems didn't go through the paint, just nicked it. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully somebody finds this useful.